Evening everyone, and I'd like to welcome you all to St Columbus Church tonight for our third of many Alba Equalities events all over Scotland. Our speakers tonight are our Equalities convener, Alba Comrie, Leanne MP, and our women's convener, Dr. Glenrothes. Every one of them have been grafting for independence for years. The format this evening will be hearing from our speakers, then we'll have a short break for some snacks, and then we'll resume again for any questions that you may have. But before we hear from our speakers, I've got a few things to say. I grew up in a council scheme called Abbey View during the miners' strikes. It's exactly the same as any other scheme in any part of Scotland with exactly the same issues. Now, all council estates have the best of people. They have the funniest people, the kindest people, and the most generous people I've ever met. I know that if I needed anything, that there's a few doors that I can chat. Council folk will share whatever they have, as they know how it feels to run out of basics. The drama and the laughs were pretty constant, and the banter is the best, there's just no beating it. However, we also experience the worst of circumstances. In our council schemes, we're over 3 times more likely to commit suicide than the people from the posher areas. We're 6 times more likely to die from alcohol addiction, and we are 15 times more likely to die of a drug-related death. My family will have experience of all 3. From a young age, I learned about poverty, I learned about suicide, and I learned about addictions. Not because I was taught, but because I've seen it and experienced it. There's not many of us from the schemes that haven't been touched by any of these, and more. And it shouldn't be like this. We should all have food, we should all have money for the lecky, we should have suitable housing, we should all have opportunities to make our lives better, to make our homes less stressful, less anxious, and less likely for mental health issues to take hold. We should all have a wee bit of hope, and sadly that's not the case. When I first got involved in politics a few years ago, I didn't have a clue. I didn't know what a motion was, and I didn't know what an amendment was, or what was involved in making policies. But really all it is coming up with ideas on how to make our lives better. And who better to advise on poverty and suicides and mental health and addictions than the ones that have lived it. And I'd love to see more of us from our backgrounds get politically involved. We can tell folk what it's really like and what we need to do to fix it, way better than anyone who's studied it at uni can. It's lived experience, and we cannot beat that when working out to how to fix these problems. But there's another way to voice your opinion, and that's by voting. Our deprived areas get the councillors and the politicians and the governments that the more affluent areas vote for. And do you see the problem here? So tonight I want everyone to get registered, and if you're not already, maybe think about getting involved like I did. At Alba, they've always listened to me, and all my views are always taken on board. And get out and vote, because if our schemes got out and voted in numbers, all your politicians would quickly sit up and take notice. Folks say all politicians are the same, but they're not. We can vote out the ones that don't work for us. We need to do it for our communities. We need to do it for our folk. We need to do it for our families and for ourselves. And do it for all the folk that we've lost over the years due to poverty and all that comes with it. Do it for those with addictions. Do it for those in unsuitable houses with broken windows. Do it for those suffering poor physical and mental health. Do it for those whose lecky runs out before the week is up. Do it for those who are feeling hopeless. And do it for those who are with no opportunity to escape the hell that they're living in. Then when we get our independence, and we can speak up and contribute to making Scotland a fair place for every single one of us. And with that, I'll hand over to our first speaker.